Hi guys, it's me. Welcome to Words with Water. If you have been to the channel before, thank you. I really appreciate you being here. And if you have not been here before, welcome. So, this video, you guys finally get to see me, right? This video is kind of going to be like an introduction to certain astrological placements. It's pretty much going to be from my own experience, and meaning those are placements that I have, and also other people's placements that I know. Like, so it'll be based off of my experience with them. What else? Like I said, this is going to be based off of my own experience, how I feel, how I see it, what I've experienced, what I've encountered, and hopefully it'll help you guys out, maybe understanding a little bit more about yourselves, or maybe your significant other or somebody that you're in a connection with, right? So trying to think if there's anything else before I get started. And you guys are going to have to follow along with me. If you've tuned in to any of my readings before, you may have heard me mention that I do have Mercury in Pisces. So that may be where I start with this. Actually, no, I want to do Venus first. No, we'll see. We'll see. Readings will go up. I will start with them tomorrow, and I will start posting them, uploading them tomorrow and throughout the week for January. So with that being said, oh, also one more thing. I do have an Etsy store, Words with Water. That's one word. There I make crystal jewelry, bracelets, necklaces, custom made stuff. If you want your birth chart read or compatibility chart read, you can definitely hit me up with a custom request, and we'll get the ball rolling on that. So anyway, I can't decide. I cannot decide if I want to do Venus or Mercury. I don't have a script for this. I didn't write any notes. I just felt like talking and just popped on here. So I'm just in my chill little element. Everything's quiet. I'm off from work. And yeah, I just kind of, I'm here, right? So let's start this series off with Pisces. Specifically, Venus in Pisces. But what I'm probably going to talk about could likely go with any Pisces placement, right? So we'll say Venus in Pisces or 12th house Venus, okay? Very similar. Even if you don't have your Venus in Pisces, but your Venus is in the 12th house, you can get some of the same energy, some of the same vibes, right? So the 12th house is like the hidden house. That's hidden things. It could be enemies, past lives, things that maybe happened, you know, lifetimes ago, or maybe when you were a child that just kind of got pushed away, locked away. And interestingly enough, if someone else, as far as like synastry, compatibility, if somebody else ends up having planets in your 12th house, it can awaken some things, right? These people will help you identify certain aspects about yourself, certain character flaws. It could be flaws, or it could be great things, just depending on that person, because like I said, it's a hidden house. So this house also holds hidden enemies. So, you know, you kind of have to be careful there in the 12th house with, you know, whoever lands in there. You know, you got to make sure that they're working for your good, your benefit. You know, because sometimes they're not, right? Um, so let's start with Venus and Pisces. 12th house Venus. Venus and Pisces. Oh boy, where do I start? I already know like some advice that I need to give or I want to give that I have found that truly has changed my perspective and helped me see things a little clearer. So Venus is your aesthetic, right? The things that you find beautiful, the things that you value. And with Pisces and Venus, those kinds of things are going to be like art, poetry. But I will say the main thing. This is, again, my experience, right? My placement, my experience. Music. I don't know if you can hear it now, but there's always music going on around Pisces, Venus. I have not watched TV in years. News? Hell no. It's depressing, right? If you watch the news now, it's like, it'll have you just, like, you don't even want to go out of the house, right? Because if you don't have the mind equipped for it, it'll just make you just not want to do anything, especially with the way the world is right now. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. Maybe not in this video, but in another one perhaps. I don't know. We'll see. But music is like the outlet. And I will tell you now, if you want to know how, like, if you're dating somebody that has a Venus in Pisces, or you're trying to get to know them or whatever, when you're around that person, listen to the music that they're playing. Like, pay attention to that. Pay attention to the lyrics. That will tell you a lot about how that person feels about you or what they think about you when they're around you. It's something about music that allows a Venus in Pisces and a Mercury in Pisces, it's something about music that helps them express what they're feeling at the time, I guess I could say. We can be a little shy sometimes, and music just kind of, just gets it out there. And it could be anything from minute to minute, because we are, I don't necessarily want to say moody, but it's like, for one, we do pick up on energies, right? So, that could be you being around us, or that could be somebody else in the room or in the car or whatever. So, if the Venus person is unaware, it can definitely affect them and like alter their energy, so it just kind of switches up. And I will say too, like, I don't know how much of that can be, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know how much of that can be attributed to my moon. My moon is trine my Venus. And let me back up. So I am a Pisces rising, Pisces, Mercury, Jupiter, and Venus. And my moon, which is in Scorpio, trines all of those placements except for my Mercury, right? So I don't know how much of that plays into it, but the energies are definitely felt. So again, if the person is not aware, then they need to, try to be as aware as you can, because you have to be able to differentiate between what you're actually feeling and what the person or people around you, what they're feeling. Excuse me one second. There we go. So, where was I? I said Mercury and Pisces, right? Get sidetracked so easily. So yeah, just be aware of that. So back to Venus, Pisces, 12th house Venus, right? One of the things that I've noticed is I have a tendency, excuse me, guys. I have a tendency to, like, if I look back over my life, right? And all of the, like, I'm not even going to say important, but like if I think about the connections or relationships that I've had before, like like romantic or whatever, it seems, if you're a Venus in Pisces or 12th house Venus, comment below. Let me know if you feel me on this. It seems like we attract people who, okay guys, sorry about that, my camera cut off. Where was I? Oh, I was saying, comment below if you can identify with this. Venus in Pisces or 12th house Venus, for some reason, we seem to attract people, and I'm speaking like right now, I'm speaking like in a romantic sense, right? Relationship material. We seem to attract people that just don't have their shit together. Or it's like they're wounded from something before in the past that, you know, it just has absolutely nothing to do with you. But yet here you are, right? And like you start getting to know this person, and you kind of tap into that, and you know, at some point they usually will open up and share stuff with you. And I don't know what it is about the Venus and Pisces person. Perhaps it's because we are healing people. Excuse me one second. Perhaps it's because we're healers, or because, I mean, Pisces is the sign of the martyr, right? Or, I mean, they don't necessarily have to be the martyr, but it's usually some sort of victim savior type relationship. And so when a Pisces Venus sees this, and we see the pain in people, you know, the first thing is like, well, not the first thing, but, you know, we're just like, oh, like, I want to make it better. I want to help this person heal from their trauma, from whatever it is that's hurt them. Like, we genuinely want to see that person be like the absolute best person, or the best version of themselves that they can be. Like, and somehow they usually end up getting taken advantage of because of their kindness, because of their generosity. Pisces Venus, when you hear the words, and it's cliche, right? But when you hear the words loving someone unconditionally, that is the epitome of Venus and Pisces. Venus and Pisces can, it's like you see through people, right? You understand, and it's like, no matter how bad a person is, right? A Venus in Pisces can look at that person and see like why they're like that. Prime example. Okay, now this part is my moon talking here for a second. I was watching a documentary, well, not a documentary, but a recommendation came up in my YouTube channel the other day. I started watching it, and basically it was like court hearings, and all this stuff for this man who murdered. He killed all 5 of his children. His wife had left him. She was addicted to like heroin or meth or something. And so she gave up her parental rights to the dad because she knew, like, with her addiction, she wasn't in a place or mindset to be a mom to these children. So she gave up her well, not her rights, but custody. She gave custody fully to the dad. And the dad, which, interesting too, Scorpio moon, I had to investigate. As soon as I found out this man's birthday, I had to go look up his birth chart, and because I just had to know, like, who does this? Scorpio, this man had, I'm wanting to say he had like a Cancer moon and a Capricorn stellium. Like he was a Capricorn sun, Capricorn Mercury, and he had like 2 other placements in Capricorn, which I thought was interesting because, you know, in Tarot, Capricorn is associated with the devil, and, you know, that Saturn energy, which is like fears, restrictions, structure, discipline, you know, all those kinds of things, right? So throughout the hearings and stuff, you know, I was hearing this testimony from like a babysitter and another babysitter, this man's mom, this man's father, his grandmother, and you hear about how he grew up, and the environment that he grew up in was very abusive. And I mean, so, you know, it's like you don't condone it, right? But you can understand. And I think that is what Pisces and Scorpio definitely have in common. Like, we want to see the truth, like get to the very bottom of things, just to understand, you know, without judgment. Because me personally, with, you know, all of the Pisces energy that I have, and I just feel like it's not my place to judge, right? Like, I'm not God. I'm not, you know, the creator itself. I mean, yeah, I create things and all that, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not that entity that passes that judgment. It's not my place. So, yeah, I just wanted to know. But so I was watching the trial, the hearing, and all of that, and so he got upset because one of his sons, all of his children range from age 1 to 8. His son wanted to go back and stay with his mom, and that just, I don't know why, it sent daddy over the edge. Could have been his Cancer moon, but he just snapped, and like, he strangled all 5 of his kids, even 2 of them, one of the daughters and one of the sons. Like, as he's strangling them, they're telling him, "Daddy, I love you," and he still does that. So he got upset because the little boy wanted to go back to mom's house, but he wasn't feeding them properly. Like, 5 kids, and I think one of the witnesses was saying that he would buy like a 20-piece McNugget for these 5 kids. When social services went in there was no food in the refrigerator. You know, just, you know. But my point in all of that, and telling you all about that, is Pisces can see how this man's childhood affected the person that he became and the things that he did. It does not justify it by any means, but it's just that understanding, that knowing, that seeing. So, anyway, where was I? What else was I? Where was I headed? I know I just said that Pisces attracts these individuals who are, you know, usually sick, traumatized. They need, or they're looking for some sort of healing or something. And usually once they get it, they take off. They're gone. And honestly, I feel like there is nothing that a Pisces Venus can do about that, or a 12th house Venus. I don't think that there is anything that you or I can do about that, except for be aware. That is just kind of how okay, it's like a task. That is a task for us in this lifetime. I think one of the keys to that is to, one, not expect so much from this person. Pisces and Venus, or Venus and Pisces, can get, is attached the right word? Maybe, for lack of a better word, we'll say attached. Pisces and Venus can get attached to this kind of energy, and, you know, open their heart and just be so loving, like unconditionally loving, because we know, like, all of us are fucked up. Like, if you don't want to admit it, that's fine, but just know you are too, in some sense, in some sort of way. And Pisces and Venus, I keep saying Pisces and Venus. Venus and Pisces knows this. So with that, knowing that and understanding that, that is why a Pisces Venus will continuously give people chance after chance after chance after chance. You know? Because we understand that. And, you know, there is part of us that feels like, okay, well, if I'm doing this, you know, Pisces and Venus has this, like, unspoken thing where, you know, it's an assumption. And I've learned from this, like, not to, Pisces and Venus, don't be like this. Stop it. You cannot assume that just because you are one way with a person and you treat them a certain way, you know, and you're kind and loving to them, and you care about them, and you nurture them, and you help nurse them back from whatever hell they were in, you can't expect the same thing from them. Like, it's not automatic, right? And I would also say, like, just when you meet people, just kind of, you know, just don't go all in right away. You know, just kind of keep part of yourself for yourself. And that's okay. I mean, I've had people, like, very close friends to me. And, you know, of course, this was after some time at, you know, of living, right? And learning, living and learning. And there's people that I've known for years, been friends with for years. You know, they would tell me how cold I became. or, that I was selfish or that I was secretive. Um, but it wasn't that. Um, it was more like I peep your bullshit. So it's a mechanism to keep you or keep me from getting to the place that I was just telling you guys, don't go there. So, um, yeah, just don't give so much of yourself away to people to the point where you're not caring for yourself properly. And when I say that, I mean like emotionally, or giving away your resources, like giving, your money away to help someone else. But then when you're in a position where you need help, you need something, you can't find what you've given. You know what I'm saying? Um, what else? Um, another thing, another problem that I've ran into before was um, was a guy that I was engaged to one time. This was many, many years ago. Um, bless his heart. Like I said, dysfunctional. He is in prison now for doing things. I'm not even gonna go into detail, but he's done things that, like, I thank God I never saw that side of him, that part of him, because one of us probably would have been dead, right? But Pisces love, Venus in Pisces is for humanity, right? I can remember talking to my brother one time. He and I are like this. That's like my ace. I was talking to him one time and I said, hey, you know what? I feel like one of the things that I might miss out on, or one of the things that I'm afraid of, is not ever having the kind of love that I truly, truly want, like my soul wants. Um, like I don't want to die without experiencing that. And he didn't really. He was just like, oh, you'll find that. You just have to wait for it. He's very practical. In a sense, my brother's he's a Cancer sun and a Virgo moon. I do not remember right off what his rising sign is, but so with his Virgo, he can kind of, when I'm in a weird place, he can kind of like pull me back to here. Pisces doesn't really live here. But, so one of the things, that's where I was going with this. So one of the things that I've learned is that Pisces love is for humanity. It's like for the world. And I feel like by loving others, nurturing others, not to the point of my own detriment, right? We're not doing that. But caring for and loving others, it's almost like nurturing and healing for me. And I've learned that a lot of people, some people will just not get that. I mean, like I was just talking about the guy that I was engaged to. Like, he could not wrap his head around how I could love other people besides him. Like, not just him, you know? Um, I have clients at work. If you don't know, I'm also a hairstylist, right? Um, I have clients at work who I just adore. I love them. I have um, like male friends, like platonic male friends. Like, I love them, and I'll tell them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm just free like that. Like, if I love you, I'm gonna tell you that I love you. And he could not wrap his head around that. Okay, what's going on here? Well, anyway, so yeah, it's not. Yeah, Pisces and Venus love is not just for one person. It's not. And you know, sometimes other people can become insecure around that. And yeah, he would accuse me of cheating, seeing somebody else. Um and it got so bad. I mean, it didn't become like physically abusive or anything, but it was just like I can remember getting off from work and going home. We lived in an apartment, and I can remember walking up the stairs to go to my apartment door, and I can remember like feeling my chest tighten up, and like my breathing would get weird, like that anxiety of like just not even wanting to feel the mood that he was going to be in. Because, you know, here I am, like, I know I'm not doing anything. I'm not cheating. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm good with you when we're at home. So why are you? So he just couldn't wrap his head around that, and he ended up with somebody else at some point, and their whole story is like a soap opera. And looking back on that, I'm so glad. So glad not get married to him. So glad. Anyway, trying to think, like, if you wanted to take a Pisces Venus out on a date somewhere, or just take them out, have fun or whatever, you could definitely, you could do stuff like go to a museum, like live music. I would not say a concert. I mean, there may be some that like concerts, right? But when I say live music, I mean like a small, cozy place that's just kind of chill, where you can just kind of sit back in the shadows, and you know what I'm saying? Like, two of you just like kick it with each other and listen to the music, have some drinks, whatever. What else? Picnics, outdoors in the park, out on the lake, and alternatively to all of that, you can just as easily, you could even set your living room up in like a picnic, right? You know how to do it. You can set the tone in your own living room with the picnic. And that's the beauty of Pisces, like the imagination, like your mind can take you wherever you want. You know, it's crazy. Like, I feel like sometimes if I can close my eyes and like if I close my eyes, I feel like I can go anywhere. Some people call it daydreaming. I might look at it as an astral traveling, or imagining, whatever, right? But I feel like sometimes I can close my eyes and transport myself to somewhere else, and like I can see what's happening there, and the beauty and all of that. Um, but anyway, I was saying alternatively, you guys could just like chill at home, um, and just like cuddle, listen to music, watch, some interesting, documentaries, something that they're interested in. We love things like bubble baths, flowers, just anything that's kind of whimsical, different, uh, colorful, shiny. You see, right? This is actually my backdrop to that I normally would use for another channel that I have, um, but I just left it. I just thought it was, yeah. Um, that is all that I'm coming up with right now. If you guys can think of other things, leave your comments. Hopefully it will, help someone understand better the placement of Pisces Venus or 12th house Venus. Another thing, now that I say that again, another thing that I would say is I have read before, and the camera went. There we go. I have read before that 12th house Venus can be prone to like affairs, or like secret relationships or whatnot. I have not ran into like the affair part of it, and I wouldn't even necessarily say the secret part of it either. It's more or less like I want to keep my relationship under wraps because it's my relationship. Nobody else, like, you don't have anything to do with it. You don't have anything to do with it. This is mine and this person's relationship. So what do you need to know? Nothing. Right? That is that. You definitely should, if you're in a connection with someone and you have these placements, either one of them, particularly the 12th house Venus, you definitely want to do a little bit of work to make sure that you're not in a third party relationship, right? Because again, it's 12th house is hidden, so you want to make sure. Oh, another thing that I've noticed with this placement is a person can like you, like be interested in you, like maybe dating you or taking you out. Like, they may have been watching you for a while and you would never know it. Like especially if they have planets of their own that fall into your 12th house, like you would never know that this person has these feelings for you. And it's like they can't say it. They won't say it. And you just never know. But at the same time, it's like part of you is like you're listening, you're watching the body language, and you're listening to what they're talking about, and you just kind of like, is he saying what I think he's saying? But then you don't want to like be presumptuous, so you don't say anything, and then nothing ever comes of it, even though this person really, really liked you and you would have been open to the possibility of a connection with this person. But because they didn't say anything and then you didn't want to say anything, nothing ever happens. So that's another tragedy of 12th house Venus. I have experienced that. Yeah. Man, I hate I missed out on that one, but anyway, and so it is. Maybe next lifetime. I don't know. So listen, that was Pisces and Venus. Why do I keep saying Pisces and Venus? That's Venus and Pisces. It's that Mercury in Pisces that has me saying it backwards. Yeah, so that is Venus and Pisces. That is Venus in the 12th house. Leave your comments, questions, and I think I'm going to leave it at that. I may hop on here and do another placement. I'm not sure. Another interesting series that I will do is, which I think is super, super important, are, I'm going to do a series on platonic relationships. Whew. I don't know if you've ever experienced one, what it's like, why we get into those, all that kind of stuff. But we will cover that. And again, it'll be from my own personal experience. So yeah, that's that. I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Like I said, I'll get the January readings up before this week is over. I wish you a happy holiday. I hope you all are healthy. I hope you're keeping your mental health together. I know this right now is a very, very challenging time for people. So it's very important that you ground yourself. You can, another thing that I would suggest is carve out a space in your home. Like for me, it's this, all of this area over here. This is my workspace. This is where I make my jewelry that I sell on my Etsy store. Be sure to go check that out. This is where I sit and read. This is where I journal. This is where I sit and meditate. This is where I film videos. This is just where I have all of Leslie's little stuff. And this is the place that I can come to in my home that, you know, my essence is here, my energy is here, and I feel at home, I feel comfortable, it's relaxing, you know, just being in this area relieves any anxiety that I ever feel, which at some point I'm going to do some mental health videos too. If you didn't know, I'm in school right now. I'm working on completing my social work degree. My goal is to eventually become a therapist. So that is why mental health is so important to me. Part of the proceeds from my Etsy store, I do donate to an organization that does help people who, like if they don't have financial resources or a way of connecting with a therapist, you know, it can help them connect with someone in their hometown so that they can get the treatment that they need, whether it's medication or just connecting with a therapist to talk to. You know, it's a lot of hurt people walking around. And, you know, if we can release that and lighten our souls up so that we can become better, feel better, live better, treat others better, treat ourselves better, then we should do that. So it's Words with Water on Etsy.com. Words with Water, one word. There will be a code down in the description box. It'll save you some money on anything that you like. And I usually list new things like once a week or something like that. Just kind of, whenever I've made a few things, I'll just post them. You can also follow me on Instagram, Words with Water Drip. That is where I will usually just post jewelry there. I don't post anything about tarot or astrology, anything like that. That's specifically for jewelry. So if you're interested in the jewelry, you can follow me there, Words with Water Drip. I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh, 2 people. If you are a Pisces, or not, there's another reader here, Tarot Tell 'em, my boy Jeremy. You should go check him out, check his channel out. He definitely has, Jeremy's the bomb, man. Any reading, any card he's ever pulled for me is like, wow, you are spot on. Tarot, tell him. You go, tell Jeremy that Leslie sent you over. There's another great friend of mine, our CEO, Chris. His channel is R, like letter R, .CEO. He is also a fellow Scorpio moon, and he started his channel in the hopes of helping others that have Scorpio moon kind of process what it is that we have experienced as children and throughout life, and the various challenges that we have. So he has a very, very unique insight. I love it. Chris is he's an Aquarius. He's an Aquarius sun, Scorpio moon, Capricorn rising. He doesn't read tarot cards, not yet, but I'm sure you will. I'm sure he will at some point. But he's very, very good with analyzing and breaking down the modalities of astrological energies, and just kind of how everything vibes together as well. Chris is amazing. So that's our CEO, trapstrology. So check him out. Tell him Leslie sent you, okay? I think that's it for now, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying this long, because this video, wow, it's probably going to be like 45 minutes to an hour long. You get me talking about something I'm interested in, and it's like so hard to stop. But anyway, so that is Venus in Pisces, 12th house Venus. Leave your questions, comments, any suggestions for the channel, leave them down below. Check out the store, check out Chris, our CEO, and check out Jeremy at Tarot Tell 'em. And you guys have a Merry Christmas, okay?